everybody, and welcome. Happy Thursday. It is I, your songwriting partner, your co-producer, and as always, your friend Joe Seavey. And happy Thursday, guys. And Thursdays is also part of our creative writing series that we like to call Picture This. Picture This is when I give you guys an image, a photograph, whatever, it's an image, and you have to write a chorus based on whatever image that I give you. And I love this exercise because it always puts images always paint pictures in my head. So when I see images, especially artistic images, like things that are, sort of artistic, not just like a photograph of just like people standing there posing for a birthday picture or something. These are more like artistic. Some of them are drawings, some of them are, artistic photography, but they tell a story and they're thought-provoking. And the point of it is to make you think. When you're looking at these images, you're thinking about what you're looking at, and hopefully it'll make you want to write something that's creative, So many things can do that to me, as far as like movies and a poster or a song. Another song can make me inspired to write a song, But imagery gets me every time. Like, I love artistic photography, or anything like that. A painting. I know a lot of artists that are painters and amazing, and sometimes their paintings will just make me flip, and I'll just start seeing a bunch of stuff in my head. And why do we do this? Well, I say this all the time, and I'll say it forever. We're not always super creative. And if you know how to tap into your creativity, even when you're not feeling creative, it can jumpstart your creativity, especially if you have to work a certain time from this time to this time, I was just talking to an old client of mine, Samantha Blanchard, who's doing amazing things in the studio, and she was doing a live thing tonight, and she wanted to get together and write, and I told her I couldn't tonight because I'm filming these classes. So but watching her even tonight was just inspiration for me to start coming up with ideas. Just watching her work on her music, or work on adding harmonies to it. She was live adding harmonies to some tracks that she was doing for a client. And it's just so, this is such a great exercise. And also, like I said, these things will jumpstart your creativity, even when you're not feeling creative. Like I said, you're not always creative. Maybe you're lazy, just want to watch TV and eat popcorn tonight. You don't want to, I exercise a lot, right? And some mornings I wake up and I am sore from my head to my feet. And the last thing I want to do is go back and lift weights and do push-ups and sit-ups, and I don't want to do any of it. But because I made a promise to myself, I make myself do it, and then I feel better when I do it, and there's things that I do even in that area that gets me excited about exercising. I'll watch like an inspirational video of somebody who's a trainer on YouTube, and they'll get me psyched up to go exercise because I watch these people just go for it, and it psychs you up to do it, So hopefully these things that I share with you are helpful for you to jumpstart your creativity, even when you're not feeling creative, or you're lazy, or you just don't want to do something. We all get that way. So don't think it's only you. It's all of us. We're all like that. We all want to lay around on a hammock and sip iced tea and eat popcorn. But like when we have to work and we have to put the pedal to the metal, this is just like a little Jedi mind trick to get you started, So, I'll give you guys an image, and then like when I give you the image, I want you to write, what you see in the image. Literally, just write everything that's in the picture and then put that in a little group on the side, almost like a template. Before you even start rhyming or making a story out of it, observe. Observation, your eye, and then your mind's eye opens once your eyes open and you focus. And just like the ghostwriting class, I say this all the time. This is not something I want you to do while you're multitasking or you're on Facebook Messenger with so-and-so and Tommy down the street and all that. I want you to go in a room by yourself, just like when you do the ghostwriting. I want you to study that picture that I give you, whatever the image is. I want you to study it, really look at it, and create a story based on what you're looking at. Really stare at it, daydream in it. Actually stare at it until you get lost in it. And then when you come back to your reality from your little daydream, write down everything that you saw in your little daydream. Really. It'll really help, And, there are no rules except it's got to rhyme and it's got to make sense. Just like the Ghost Chorus. It's got to rhyme, it's got to tell a story, and it's got to make sense. And you want everyone to understand it. But you could write whatever, just because it's like it could be a picture of a balloon to make you think about your grandmother. And that's fine. Maybe your grandmother bought you a balloon one time for your birthday. Or took you out for, a present and got you a balloon. So every time you see a balloon now, it makes you think of your grandmother. So that is entirely up to you. So whatever you see, based on whatever picture I give you, that's what you see. And that's fine. There's no wrong way to do that. But the only rules, like I said, are it's got to rhyme, it's got to tell a story, and it's got to make sense. Everyone's got to understand what they're looking at or reading once you start your story. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you the image that I picked for this week's Picture This. So here we go. Here it is. All right. Okay, so you saw the picture. It's kind of an out of focus person laying in bed with their hand on a pillow. There's only one person in that bed, but there's two pillows. That was my first observation of the picture. I looked at it. I said, okay. I can't even tell if that's a guy or a girl because they're out of focus. But when I looked at it, I could see that the person really, the blurriness of the person makes it that it's not really about the person as much as it is the story in the picture. The person, of course, is important to it, but not the gender or like their face perfectly seen. And that's what I liked about it. It was like kind of out of focus. Obviously, their hands on the pillow because they missed somebody. That's what I got from it. So I let my imagination run wild like I always do. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, okay, that person does not look happy, even though I can't see their face perfectly. And they're missing someone because they got their hand on that pillow where that a head normally would be resting next to them, and there's not a person there. So that's the first thing I noticed. So so I came up with this whole scenario. That's what I do. I go into my head and I daydream, and all of a sudden I have a story. And of course, I relate it to things in my life that have really happened to me, and that's how, a lot of times, that's where I get my ideas from. Real life experiences that I've been through, or feelings that I have felt. Maybe I haven't been through that exact thing, but I have felt those kind of feelings. So I'm going to read you what I wrote based on this photograph. Okay, so here's what I wrote. It's cold as hell tonight. I leave on the light if you changed your mind. Hoped you'd realize we both made mistakes that we can't erase. Hanging by a thread, feeling alone, this house ain't a home. Memories of what was good still ring in my head. But I'm sleeping on what used to be your side of the bed. Right? I'll read it one more time so you can really get the gist of it. It's cold as hell tonight. I leave on the light if you changed your mind. Hope you'd realize we both made mistakes that we can't erase. I'm hanging by a thread, feeling alone. This house ain't a home. Memories of what was good still ring in my head. But I'm sleeping on what used to be your side of the bed. So that's my take on it. So, obviously, this person used to live there with them, and now they don't. And it must have been a fresh thing, because the person lying in the bed is still leaving the light on in case they change their mind. It's almost like, lighting a candle, hope that that person will return. That's kind of what I meant by that. So I can't wait to see what you guys write based on that photograph. So guys, that is all the time that we have for tonight. This is your songwriting partner, your co-producer, and as always, your friend Joe Seavey signing off. Have a lovely evening. And tomorrow night, when you tune in, or tomorrow when you tune in, we're going to write a melody based on these lyrics that I wrote. You can try to write a melody based on the lyrics that you write. So I can't wait to see that either way. All right, guys, I love you, miss you, be safe, and I will see you guys on tomorrow, Friday. All right, guys, peace.